I did it! I'm in Season 4 of Speed SMP! I mean, of course I would be. I mean, I got to know a lot of the server members. But little did I know, this was the beginning of my downward spiral. And here I was actually on Speed SMP. And this is where my story begins. I noticed a mountain with cherry trees in the distance, so I beelined straight for them, collecting a couple of logs. After heading to craft a pickaxe, I decided to check the custom crafts of the server. As luck would have it, a creeper approached, and at the time, I didn't have my sound on. Normally, deaths wouldn't matter as I was simply at spawn, but this server is different. See, on Speed SMP, the most valuable currency is also connected to your number of lives, with each addition of speed correlating to the killing of other members. On the contrary, you receive slowness when you die on neutral or less speed, with any death past 5 speed being reciprocated with a ban. After recollecting my goods, I crafted some stone tools and started to run. I ran from fear of being killed for my speed. After all, I was armorless, only stopping for food. I ran, and I ran, and I ran. I ran till night fell again, and I was forced to find shelter in a cave. After that near-death experience, I decided that it was a great time to get me some armor. I also used some of those diamonds I got in that montage to make some diamond tools. After that, I continued searching deeper into the cave, trying to find more diamonds. Unfortunately, I wasn't finding that many, and I was really struggling to look for them. So I decided to head back to that mine shaft I found earlier. Little did I know, this would be a big mistake on my part. See, during the time of me joining, it was extremely laggy, and audio was a bit cut off. So here, if you listen closely, you'll hear an extra pair mining, but I just thought it was myself and my audio glitching. See, at first I disregard it, but then you can see my hesitancy as I turn around. And there he was. There was nothing I could do to stop him. I died. Again. Why? Why am I being taken advantage of? Why do I have to deal with this? Not... Just ignore it. Just ignore it. And here I was, back at spawn again, afraid of what might happen next. Already being down 2 speed on my first day isn't a good look for me. Oddly enough, he wasn't there to kill me for more of my speed, instead giving me my stuff back. After beginning to cook the little bit of food I had, there was a stage. Not understanding the significance of it at this point, I disregarded it for just some future event. As I began making my way back out again, I got a message. A message from a person I hadn't met before. Gabos. See, this is Gabos, a friend I met on Speed SMP Public. He's a good grinder and a good PvPer, one of the best mobile players I've personally ever met. As I was still making my way away from spawn, I decided to deny his offer, not out of pity or boredom, but because I knew I could grind out gear for myself. Eventually I stumbled across a village and started raiding it. But here, you can see the exact moment when I decide this is where my new base is going to be. And this is my first time seeing Gabos on the SMP. Immediately, he drops me 2 speed, the 2 speed I had lost earlier. This guy, he was perfect. This guy was willing to fight for me through and through. I can never, ever give up somebody like that. After completing my base and that montage, I decided to go mining as I still needed some more resources. Nothing too fancy, you know, just wanted to do some spelunking from time to time. After both my mining trips, I had a decent amount of golden apples, and also diamonds, like look at all that. And that was just my first session, so I had decided it was time for me to log off for the day. Not even the next day, Gabos called me saying that there was something important going on at spawn and he needed my help. I immediately started heading over there through the nether, as that's the quickest way. Unfortunately, I was too late to save Gabos. I decided to continue heading back to spawn to see what the commotion was all about. On my way to spawn, I decided to contact somebody that I loosely knew, but I felt like we had a lot in common. Time Cord. See, Time Cord wasn't at spawn during the time of Gabos getting jumped, leaving him intrigued on what happened as well. We decided we would go together as backup for each other just in case we got jumped. Time Cord would then head up onto a nearby mountain after giving me something very powerful, an end crystal, something I was really good at using. In contact with Gabos' team, I was leading his enemies right back to spawn, even convincing them to give me some items such as speed and nether warts, which I hadn't found in a nether yet. And then we waited. Little did they know I was conspiring against them, secretly hoping on their downfall, until Andres, one of Gabos' teammates, pulled up. See, I was in a very delicate situation. I couldn't kill Andres, but I couldn't also not attack him. They would understand what I'm doing. I had to focus and act like I was actually on him. And they bought it. They bought it long enough for Gabos' team to get to spawn. But something wasn't right. They were still attacking me. I would later die due to not having speed 5. What was going on? Didn't Gabos tell his teammates that I was on their side? Well, unfortunately, no. And this miscommunication between me and Gabos led me to bring all my valuable shulker boxes to the fight, leaving me basically broke afterwards. I debated giving up, but that's not in the Coletrain spirit. But you can see here Gabos' reaction. But none of it was true. He was just angry at himself. None of it's true. Why would he say things like that? Did he actually believe those lies he was being told? Just leave me alone, please. Just stop antagonizing me. With tons of resources at my disposal, I started heading out, very far out, to a pillager outpost that Gabos had given me the cords of, near Lasky's old base. See, you need totems of undying in order to create speed, and considering that I hadn't found an outpost yet, this was my best bet. The only issue is if I got caught, Gabos would have been banned due to not being able to leak base coordinates. This meant that if I wasn't successful in getting totems and getting back to my base, that we would both be in hot water. Fortunately, nobody came online or saw me at the village, so I was able to make another portal and head back to my base. After that, I had multiple chores to do, such as gathering brewing resources or expanding my villager villager empire. Yeah. This would also be the time that I created the infamous Coletrain's breastplate. You heard me right. I know it's a chestplate, and yes, I call it a breastplate. Deal with it. Anyways, while you're still here and I can't find music to put in this section, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe? I only have like 98 subscribers right now, and you could really help me. You know, I'm struggling over here, but I'm striving for greatness. You already know, like I'm gonna be the best. Rawr. Anyways, after that grinding session, I saw throughout chat a bunch of people were at spawn. Apparently some sort of event was taking place, so I decided to go check it out. Oddly enough, it was that stage I had found the first day I was on. Apparently it had some significance now. And then there's literally just like a minute of me chasing around KR beating him up. Funniest part is that I actually killed him, got his speed, and nobody did anything about it. Back to the serious lore at hand though. Flowey and Timecord's little presentation here was a lot of yapping about how they were going to ban all the players off the server, how they wanted to have fun, and I didn't really support it, honestly. I mean, how could they take away the only reason I had joined this SMP in the first place? To make Yeah, most of these people just didn't seem to want to be my friend. Jokes aside, after I got out of spawn, you can just see here that they went around killing a lot of people. To cool off a little bit from the event, I decided I was going to explore, eventually finding a pillager outpost far away from spawn. The problem is that the one at Lasky's base was closer, so I just disregarded it for future use. After I had finished, I crafted one of the most valuable items on the server, a revive gem. Little did I know, this would actually go to waste in the future. Gabos was kind enough to give me an elytra, something I didn't have yet. Using that elytra, I flew out and found me some trident zombies so I could get Riptide 3. Another reason for my exploration was to find a turtle beach so we could get turtle eggs. We needed Turtle Master after all, as it was invaluable. I would then go to spawn to trade with Cream Crocs. He would eventually give me 3 god apples for a max set and a unenchanted trident. In fact, me and Gabos would often come by spawn to see if there was anybody chilling, as we just wanted to hang out. I've always known how to get a turtle shell, but I think this is the first time I actually got it from survival. This wasn't the time for turtle shell shenanigans though, as Timecord and Flowey had been spotted at spawn, and my teammates needed help immediately. Then it was just me and Flowey, as the majority of my teammates had been left behind. Unfortunately, she had a hole prepared and there was nothing I could do to stop her. My team had said I was a deciding factor in the battle. No. That's not true. They were just messing around, dude. They weren't actually trying to kill me, man. Right? They had no real reason to do that. I mean, what other reason would there be for them to actually fight? No, that's not true. But Gabos doesn't mock me, right? He's loyal, right? While out mining one day, I watched as a name tag dropped to a ravine beside me. In fear, I ran, as I knew it was Flowey and Time Cord. They were after me. This wasn't ideal, but I asked Time Cord for a fair 1v1, and he promised he would actually fight me fairly. Although all of the radars were going off, maybe this was my chance to prove myself. Maybe this was my chance for people to actually like me, to be my friend. If I could kill Time Cord here and now, I could make a name for myself. I would be respected. They wouldn't think that I'm lesser than them just because I joined later in the season. They would actually appreciate me. However, I knew something was off. This was too easy. And then it wasn't. How little respect do I have? What did I do to deserve this? Aware that if I died here, there was no coming back to this SMP for me. I had to think quickly and on my feet. Realizing I was on a stony shore, I come up with a very quick idea that just might work. After grabbing my Silk Touch pickaxe from my inventory, I ran back into the water, hoping they would follow me. And they did. Now was my chance. I just needed the right opportunity. As I mine away in fear, I need to give some exposition. See, people might just say, well, why don't you get Gabos to revive you? There's a problem. Time Cord's team had figured out a way to disable all revive gems. Thus, if you're banned, you're never getting back on the SMP. Considering you die if you're on -5 speed and Time Cord swapped with me, I essentially have one life right now. Meaning, if I died there, it was GG's. I was entirely off the SMP. Regardless of whether they thought I was an easy drop or just not a good player, didn't matter, as I had successfully gotten away. But the thing that kept playing over in my mind is, how did they find me? I was nowhere close to my base, and I was untrackable. Then I realized it. Maybe not entirely clear, but they had found a new method to find and wipe out bases, meaning that they had now gotten to our base, mine and Gabos' base. They were... What? No, this can't be happening. No. This is not real. This did that just happen? I couldn't do nothing but stare at my screen in horror. Did that just happen? My one friend gone. He can't get on the server. I can't revive him either. I gotta do something about that. So in retaliation, I ran over to our base, hoping that they were still there, hoping for a fight. I wouldn't find them. In fact, I would find nothing of value left besides Gabos' potion shulker box. It was clear I couldn't stay at this base anymore. I didn't want to, but it felt right. There was too many memories. Hey Galvos, I, uh, 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would return to that outpost I found earlier, looking for refuge. I would then grind out speed, doing raids at a nearby village. Raid after raid after raid. But I wasn't fulfilled. I was just off doing my own thing, not a player in sight besides me. It was equivalent to just being on a survival world. Everything I got was meaningless. I couldn't share, I couldn't hang out with friends. I was going mad. What was I to do? So, when a player invited me to spawn, I decided to go, desperate for any sort of attention and recognition. I didn't want to be forgotten about, but once I went there, I was humiliated. I begged them to give my stuff back, but they just acted like I didn't matter. In retaliation, I told Timecord to come to spawn. I didn't do anything. I just watched as the people that once called themselves my teammates were slowly getting jumped one by one. They ignored my pleas, no, cries for help. My need of the end portal cords or chorus fruit, they ignored. I was essentially alone. As such, I decided it was my time.
Like, y'all can look around, there's no traps. I'm not. Flowey's actually checking for traps.
There's no bombs in. Oh, dude.
What was y'all's reason for actually killing Gabos?
Oh, we're the only ones.
Yeah, we're like trying to become the only people on the server.
Yeah, but doesn't that defeat the point of a server?
No, there's still three of
Not
us.
really. Yeah, exactly. They're still players.
Gabos came up to me after what happened at spawn with UNZ. I didn't want to intervene because I've been lost. I have nothing else on the server. Y'all took the only thing I did have. Time cord. I'm just gonna be real. I have nothing left on the server to do besides just to be a number in their team. They don't even care. They're not even like that good either. They don't put in effort at all. But there's one thing that was taken from me that I feel like I deserve. Time cord and Flowey. I ask for a round robin 1v1 genuine. Use whatever you have. Y'all can restock up, but there's only one restock. I have nobody, and that's my whole stand.
Okay, can we make an
But-
agreement? Like, once you lose, you get banned.
That was the entire goal. All right, yeah.
This is the final trap, bro.
this is my final trap. 2 million TNT is going to rain down upon you. No, I have nothing planned.
I had died due to my teammates' lack of help. If I had any sort of way to get out of webs, I could have easily won. But here I was.
I mean, that was my final stand. I didn't have nothing left. I didn't have a team. Y'all took the one thing I had from me, which I'm gonna go see Gabos. But I guess that's just it, man.
Yeah.
That's the end of season 4 for me.
Tell Gabos I said hi.
Even though I had died, I was at peace. I felt like I could... Listen, I'm tired of hearing you. Get out of my head! It's... yeah, I know I can tell you. It's just a lot, man. It's a long story. Yeah, I know. I would even say I got the respect of 2 more people that weren't even my teammates. In fact, I would even call us friends now. And that's my story on Speed SMP. I want to give a special thank you to Time Cord, Flowey, Killer. Really, a lot of people. A lot of people made this possible, and I'm so happy to be in the community now, but it's been a Coletrain Upload. Have a good night.